Mix all the butter chunks up, separate them in the flour so it doesn't stick to your hands. And then from here, we're just gonna work the butter into the flour and the dry goods by just kind of making a fist and sliding your fingers together to flake the butter. You could use a food processor for this part too, but I find that doing it by hand just gives you a nicer, like flakier result, more delicate.
Going into the biscuits.
What?
The Gruyere.
Yeah, the Gouda. Gouda and black pepper.
Hey.
Sam didn't even know. He wasn't even paying attention.
Nope.
What game are you playing?
Octopath Traveler.
And?
I'm loving it.
You're loving it?
Yep.
Chat, Sam found a new game called Octopath Traveler. Have you played it before?
I actually had it for a few years.
Okay, so it's not a new game, but new to you.
Yeah.
He's loving it, he says. You have it on your Switch, Bonk? You like it too? Weasel says nope. Yeah, next we mix the eggs in, Sambo. Eggs and flour. Nice, Suki. Just finished Diablo 4. How did you like it?
Octopath Traveler 2 is currently on sale. So I would get that, hold it off to the side, and then grab Octopath Traveler 1.
To play now?
Yeah.
I'm smelling some of the pepper in here. It smells so good. Okay, so now we're safe to pour in our homemade milk. Watered down sour cream. And then we also, which I've never put in biscuits before, but we also have to crack an egg.
Cheers, everyone. Happy 1st of July in Canada Day.
Sam, may I?
Yes.
Can you grab a fork, please, for me? You like Diablo? You just have some side quests? Hi, Lily Pad! You would love one food? Okay, come on over. Get your butt over here. It'll be ready in less than 2 hours. Thank you. Now we're gonna pour the egg in. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna use our spatula to just mix this roughly until it gets clumped up. Ah!
Would you like one little sip?
No, thank you.
Okay. I'd ask.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the asking. Ah! This is what we can't have, though. We'll just take that part out.
I scrambled the shit.
No snotty eggs and biscuits allowed.
Oh, man.
Shh.
The game's really hard.
Octopath is really hard?
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
Kill monsters.
Kill monsters. Nice.
Can't beat the snake right now. I've died 10 times.
Oh man, that's a lot of dying.
Yep.
You're officially a Newfie now, Lily Pad? You visited Newfoundland and you got screeched in? Holy. Okay, that's really cool. I love stories like that. It's like you visited there, but then you never left. Okay, now we're gonna get messy. Start to squeeze this together. We're not trying to develop too much gluten because that's what makes your biscuits really tough. We don't want that. We want nice, fluffy, and light, flaky biscuits. Hey, Mary! Yay, you got Twitch working. I know it's being a huge issue for almost everyone today.
Except mobile for some reason.
Except on mobile, really?
I had no issues on 5G on the phone.
Weird. I will tell you, Lilypad, we work with a lot of newfies when we go away for the 3 weeks, and they're some of my favorite humans. You'll never meet a more honest person. And I really appreciate that in people. Okay, so now basically all the dry stuff is absorbed.
My favorite one is one calls Caitlin my love.
Oh, yes.
And she's like, my husband's standing right there. You can't say that stuff to me. He's like, no. I'm just newfie. That's who I am.
Yeah, he's literally like, I don't care. I'm still gonna say it to you. That's just what I say to everyone. I was like, okay. Okay, the dough's a little wet. So I'll use a touch of the flour just on the board for when we pat it out and cut it.
So we had 2 flies in here at the beginning, right? One fly I killed at that window already. The other fly you trapped in this window.
I did trap it in there. I was like, haha, sucker.
So I'll leave that one closed for now.
Hi, FCB. How are you doing? So I didn't need this dough at all. I just really took the time to press it all together. Now from here, we're gonna press it to 1 inch thickness. Try and keep it like somewhat rectangular. The storm is gone now, Sambo, for the moment. We're clear. Slide that around, make sure it's not sticking. Wait! Ah! I messed up. Okay, we gotta sprinkle the cheese on top, I guess. We'll put the cheese underneath and on top of the biscuits.
You forgot to put the cheese.
We didn't put the cheese in the dough and we can't go back now. Cause it'll get too overworked. I'm fired, I quit. Fire the streamer.
You wrecked everything.
It's over.
What are we gonna do now?
Now that I don't eat gluten, it's like I don't even care, kinda.
Yes. Fuck you.
I deserve this slap. It's a ban for sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I broke the biscuits. Okay, so now we're gonna cut it in half. Down the long way. And I think we're only gonna get 3 from each side. That's what the recipe said anyways. What the heck kind of biscuit maker am I? Not a good one. Hi, Nightwalker. How are you? Okay. I think my idea will still work, though. I mean, how could it not? Frico biscuits? I'm putting cheese onto the parchment on the sheet pan right now, if you guys were wondering. In different piles. I need 6 piles. What? You laughing at me?
Yep.
Why?
You're the best.
I try. You're the best around. Okay, these are our cheese piles. And so then from here, we're just gonna take the biscuit and put it on top. Press it. And it's gonna have like this crazy cheesy base. And we'll also put a bit of cheese on top. I'm just gonna wipe the board before we do that together. It'll still be good, right, Trev? I think so. Actually, we'll wipe this first. Take all the flour off. You're saying that was a what would Sam do?
Yeah, instead of being...
Oh, yeah, you told the people at work the phrase, yeah. If they ever freak out, just think, what would Sam do? Well, this is definitely a what would Kate do, though. Follow a recipe? Not even once.
Do you want your room as Oda campfire?
I don't think so. He said he'll close it.
Okay.
If cheese can save a sauce, it can do anything. Cheese really can do anything, can't it? Okay, so then from here, we'll do this. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be insane. I want to eat it and I can't. Recipe's just a guideline. We're putting our own spin on it. Just for you, Bonk. See, even Greek knows. What would Sam do? He'd power through like a boss. Like a fearless leader. I don't know. I've never made biscuits like this.
This works.
Biscuits are just a vessel for cheese anyways. As long as it gets on there somehow, you're good. Complete. Dun 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 dun. You can't watch the stream and not eat. Oh, Trev. Okay, let's finish up our pie filling, or butter tart filling, I should say. Hopefully it's cooled enough. Heck it. We're not gonna do it just yet. We'll do it right before we fill them. We'll roll out the crust first. That's how they should turn out. That's what I'm thinking. Crispy and cheesy on the outside, fluffy, tender, buttery on the inside. So this is the Sally's Baking Addiction flaky, buttery flaky pie crust recipe. And there is also lard in there. I often use a tender flake. You wish you had an avocado tree? Me too. I think we made this pie crust together on stream last time we were home. Just grabbing my rolling pin. And then I just froze it in the disc like that because it works really good. And then from here, just flour each side. And we're gonna roll it out to 1/4 of an inch thick. And the recipe for this crust is posted in Discord, and actually gonna make it longer just because we don't actually make a large pie for the butter tarts. Must procure food. Go get it, Bonk. You're back. Welcome back, friend. It's great to have ya. We just want to make sure that the crust is evenly rolled out throughout the whole thing. Find it helps sometimes just running my hand over and feeling it. We don't want it too thick, but we also don't want it too thin, where it's gonna like break under all the filling. So here's the pans that we're gonna fill today. These are my husband's favorite. That's Dog in chat. So this is how I usually measure it. Uh-oh, he's locked out of his room. We should probably fix that. I don't know. We'll cut this, and we're gonna take this. What are we making now? We're making a very popular Canadian dessert. They're called butter tarts, but really, they're just like mini pecan pies. Wonder how a quiche with a cheesy biscuit crust would taste.
Pie, handheld butter tart, your choice.
I think that would taste not bad at all. And we just want to make sure that we work the crust into the bottom of the container first before going up the edge.
Ready for service.
It's ready for the chickens?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's perfect timing. Okay, chat. So the Traeger is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit to cook the chickens that we prepped first thing today. They are seasoned with Dijon mustard, spread all over, and then we sprinkled Santa Maria seasoning, so salt, pepper, garlic, parsley on them. And then what we did was we put a beer can up the butt. And that's how they're gonna cook. Ta-da! So one of the beers is a pale ale and the other one is a Northwest wheat beer. I tried to get the camera wireless to go outside with you guys today, but it just wasn't having it. So I'm sorry, but you won't see this part, but I'll get Sam to take photos and pop them in Discord for you guys as the cook goes along.
You just pass me my phone?
You could also do this in your oven, so don't feel like you're like missing out too much. And those will take about an hour, and then they gotta rest for like around 20 minutes. You love pecan pie? That is my husband's favorite thing. I also love it too. Okay, now we can trim the side. Just take your paring knife, go onto the pie tin, and go all around. Trim off the excess. And we're not gonna like pile this up or like smash it into a pile. We're gonna try and reuse it in this way instead. Just press it back together. That's why I don't use a ton of flour. I think I can go a bit more rolled out in the middle. It was deceivingly thick. We're looking for 1/4 of an inch thick. Okay, so next one. Should fit in pretty good, this one. I always try and maximize the amount of dough, right? Nice. Sam posted the photo in Discord of the chicken for you guys if you want to see that. Chicken's on the grill. The other thing I've done in the past, I'll show you this, is we can take this crust that we just trimmed off, right? Just pinch it, and like if there's anywhere that you gotta fill in, just use this. Press it on to where there is some missing, like before we trim it, right? So it kind of melds in together. And that's why I didn't crumple it back up after. Remember, it's all about not overworking the gluten too much for your pie crust. Similar to the biscuits, right? Okay, and now we can trim it. And then I'll show you how to crimp in a sec here. And then it looks like we'll have enough of the pastry to do a couple of the small ones at least. Stay there. Who in chat right now has had butter tarts before? Or even if you've had pecan pie, because it's so similar.